Good 24 hours. Got in yesterday, came over, had a little workout, got a lift in, a run in, did a jog through, and then last night had a great barbecue and a little friendly competition with Virginia Tech with regards to a talent show. The host committee's been amazing. The hospitality has been fantastic. We're having a great time so far. We had an excellent practice this morning. I feel like our guys are locked in and ready to go. I think that they learned a lot. I know I learned a lot from last year's bowl experience. I think we're applying it this year. And you know what? It's just great to be here. The weather is unbelievable. It couldn't be any better. It absolutely couldn't be any better. So there we go.
You spoke about last year's bowl experience, the game against Baylor. What exactly did you learn, and what are you applying? What are you changing?
Well, we changed our routine a little bit. How we practice. When we practice, we stayed a little bit more true to our routine at home. I think that's helping us. Just the environment here is great, you know, and as they're taking good care of us, they're making sure where we need to be, when we need to be there on time. There's no distractions. It's just been an excellent setting so far.
For those of us who haven't had the pleasure of seeing Anthony Barr game in and game out, can you kind of give a snapshot of what he is as a player, what he brings to you?
Sure, that's an easy one. He's big, fast, physical, smart. He's an outstanding pass rusher. He's very versatile. You know, he can rush the passer. He can drop in coverage. He can play on the left, play on the right, play behind the ball. He plays with tremendous effort. You know, as I said, he's very smart. He understands what everybody on the field has to do on every play. He has a great understanding of offensive concepts, and he just plays with tremendous passion and energy. And he's fun to watch. And you know, if you watch him in practice, you see that, you know, when one of your very best players is also one of your hardest workers. It's just a great example for everybody else. And that's what he is. He's a great player.
Does that history of a running back help him diagnose the plays on the other side of the ball?
I don't know that. You know what? I don't know. I think that Anthony just conceptualizes things very well. You know, I think he can see the big picture. Some guys get real narrow focus on the football field. I think Anthony has the ability to kind of see and absorb everything.
What's been the biggest stride you think he's taken in having come back for the senior season?
Anthony?
Yeah.
You know, Anthony is so unselfish. You know, that's the thing. You know, you might think a guy that's coming back for that final year after having such a great year as he did last year would be just after his own numbers. And that is just not the case with Anthony. And you look back at a few of the games that we've played, and we've played him at a defensive end in what we call a 4-eye, which means he's playing an inside shade of the offensive tackle, not really what you'd call a pass rush position. And never one time has he ever complained about it, asked to get out of that scheme. He's just been selfless, and I just think the example that he sets is a great stride, you know, because I don't know that you're always going to find guys that are that unselfish, that are as good as he is, that have really, you know, made a little bit of a sacrifice, I guess you could say, by coming back, and it just shows that his heart's in it, and I really appreciate it, and I know his teammates do.
You guys have given up 18 fewer sacks this season compared to last season. Is that all Brett or all the offensive line, or is it just a good mix of the both improving?
Well, I think it's a mix of everything. I think it's we've probably been in less 3rd and long. Our protection has been good. I'm sure our routes are more precise. You know, there's a better understanding of what we want to do this year, and I really believe that Brett's made better decisions. You know, and that doesn't always mean completing the pass. You know, sometimes the best decision is just get rid of it and punt. You know, you don't like to say that. You don't want to see it too often. But I think it's a function of all of those things, you know, just having a better feel for what we're trying to get done. I wasn't aware of that number, but I'm glad. I don't keep track of that stuff.
These past few weeks, was that especially crucial for the offensive line to get some extra time to gel together?
I think it's helped us, yeah. You know, anytime you're playing with the young guys that we are, the 3 true freshmen, just snaps, repetitions, that's what's going to help them get better. They're talented guys. They just need work. And so, you know, being able to come to a bowl and get 15 extra practices and get all those snaps, I mean, it's great for them. I mean, it's so valuable for us.
Can you talk about Miles Jack and the excitement he's kind of brought to this program this season?
Well, Miles is a unique player. You know, he's the freshman of the year in the Pac-12 on offense and defense. I think that's unprecedented. You know, he loves to play football. He plays with a lot of energy and passion. His teammates appreciate him. you know, he's capable of doing amazing things on every play. You know, whether it's rushing the passer, dropping into coverage, covering a back, or, you know, when he gets the ball in his hands. So he's certainly a fun guy to have on our football team.
Obviously, they're different players, but do you see any similarities between Miles and AB?
No, they're completely different players. Yeah, Anthony is more of a pass rusher, you know, longer linear, more linear. Miles is more compact, a quicker twitch fiber guy, probably a little bit better behind the ball rather than rushing the passer. So, but he can do both. He can do both.
How much of a challenge is it deciding how much to play him on each side of the ball?
Well, we didn't even make that move until the Arizona game. You know, you don't want to load them up with too much when they're freshmen. You know, you want to put them in a spot and let them learn that spot and excel there. But we put a little package in against Arizona, and it worked pretty well. You know, he ran the ball well. And then the next week we put him in against, who's that against? I don't remember. And he scored 4 touchdowns, Washington. And then we had a lot of running backs around, so we moved him to running back against Arizona State, and you know, he ran for like 78 yards or something like that. But we recruited him to be a linebacker. He is a linebacker. He's an outstanding linebacker. We'll always try to find ways to use any of our players on either side of the ball if they can help us win. But you just got to be careful. You know, the way the game's played now, the tempo it's played at, the amount of snaps that are played in the game, you know, guys will wear out if you use them too much.
A couple more, guys.
With the running backs a lot healthier,
yeah.
Is that something you maybe dial him back as a running back? Or?
Well, we did that after the Arizona State game. We really dialed him back for that last game. We still have a couple packages where he's in there, and some of our defensive players play offense, but he's not playing normal snaps on offense like he did against Arizona State. Remember, Arizona State, he didn't even play defense. So, but Miles is a linebacker for us, you know, and we've got all of our backs back, and they're healthy, so that's a good thing for us.
Are they all 100% in terms of their ankles at this point?
They're all good. They all look really, really sharp out here today. You know, and it's really been since probably training camp since we could say that. You know, because Thiggy wasn't ready to go early, so this is probably the first game that they've all been ready to go. So we'll have to find a way to distribute the workload, get them all reps.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks everybody.